Good morning, dear friends. Shabbat Shalom. You look great. We're going to begin our service on this beautiful day of Shabbat, Chol Chamoed Sukkot, during the holiday of Sukkot, and I'm sure you all saw the Sukkah walking in, and this great day of celebrating Spencer and Sophia becoming Bar and Bat Mitzvah. So, using the smaller text at your seat that says Sidur Hadash, which means the new prayer book. We'll begin with both Spencer and Sophia, 140. Let's all rise for the morning blessings. We thank God for the many, many blessings in our lives. And so Sophia will be leading us on page 146, the Birchot HaShachar, the morning blessings.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan l'sefi vina lechachim ben yom uven laila.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'tzalmo.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani bat chori.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shasani Yisrael.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam mabish arumi.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zoker kefufi.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam rokaha aretz al hamayim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa li kol tzarki.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher hechin mitzadei gaver.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozer Yisrael b'gvura.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten layayot koach.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hama'avir sheina me'enai utnuma me'afapai.
Amen.
Amen. You can all be seated. We'll turn to page 171 for the penitential Psalm 27. If you'll join with me responsively. Adonai is my light and my help. Whom shall I fear? Adonai is the strength of my life. Whom shall I dread?
Should an army be arrayed against me, I would not fear. Should war beset me, still would I be confident.
One thing I ask of Adonai, for this do I yearn, that I may dwell in God's house all my life, to feel God's goodness in Adonai's sanctuary.
On the day of trouble, God will shield me, lifting me to safety. My head will be high above my foes.
In God's tabernacle I will bring offerings of jubilation with chanting and joyous singing.
O God, hear my voice when I call. Be gracious to me and answer me.
Adonai, I truly seek you. Do not hide yourself from me. Turn not in anger from your servant.
You have always been my help. Do not forsake me, O God, my deliverer.
Teach me your way, Adonai. Lead me on a straight path. Deliver me not to the will of my adversaries.
Trust in Adonai and be strong. Take courage and hope in Adonai.
Kaveh el Adonai chazak v'yametz libecha, v'kaveh el Adonai. For those reciting Kaddish Yatom, those reciting Kaddish, I would invite those to rise. 176, Kaddish Yatom. Yitgadal v'yitkadash me'raba.
Amen.
V'olma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kari v'imru.
Amen.
Amen. Yehei shmei Rabba Mevorach ve'olam ola'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei v'yithadar v'yitole v'yithalal shmei dekucha brecho le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'olma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'al Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Thank God for the gift of creation, the recreation of the world each and every day, this new day to which we awaken. Let's all rise. Baruch She'amar 180. Baruch She'amar v'haya ha'olam baruch hu. Baruch Oseh v'reshit. Baruch Omer v'yoseh. Baruch gozer u'mekayem. Baruch merachem al ha'aretz. Baruch merachem al ha'briot.
Baruch
Mishalem sachar kol v'yireah. Baruch chai la'ad v'kayam la'netzach. Baruch bodeh u'matzil. Baruch shemo. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam ha'el ha'av ha'rachaman hamholal befi yamo meshubach u'mefoar meshubach u'mefoar b'lashon chasidav yavadav ובשירי דוד עבדך נהללך אדוני אלוהינו בשבחות ובזמירות בשבחות ובזמירות נגדלך ונשבחך ונפארך ונזכיר שמך ונמליכך מלכנו אלוהינו יחיד חי העולמים מלך משובח ומפואר רדיעת שמו הגדול. ברוך אתה אדוני, מלך מהולל, ותשבחו.
Amen.
So we can all be seated. We're going to be continuing on page 218. 218 with Cantor Annalise, Shochen Ad.
שוכן הר מרום וקדוש שמו, וכתוב רננו צדיקים באדוני, לשרים נבע תהילה. בפי ישרים תתהלל, ודברי צדיקים תתברך, ובלשון החסידים תתרומם, ובקרב קדושים תתקדש. ובמקהלות רבבות עמך בית ישראל, רינה יפאר שמך המלכנו בכל דור ודור, שכן חבר כל היצורים לפניך, אדוני אלוהינו, אלוהי אבותינו, להודות, להלל, לשבח, לפאר, לרומם, להדר, לברך, להלל ולקלס על כל דברי שירות ותשבחות, דוד בן ישי, עבדך משיחך. ישתבח שמך לעד מלכנו, האל המלך הגדול והקדוש, בשמיים ובארץ, כי לך נאה אדוני אלוהינו, אלוהי אבותינו. שיר ושבחה, הלל וזמרה, עוז וממשלה הנצח, גדולה וגבורה תהילה ותפארת, קדושה ומלכות, ברכות והודות מעתה ועד עולם. ברוך אתה אדוני, המלך גדול בתשבחות, אל ההודעות אדוני נפלאות, הבוחר בשירי זמרה, מלך אלוהי העולמים.
I'd like to invite Aunt Melissa Edelman and cousins Adam and Matthew Reefer to join us on the Bima. We continue with Spencer, Chatzi Kaddish 220.
Yigadav Yikadash Shemei Rabbah. V'alma divarach hirute, v'amlich malchute, b'chayechon uv'yonechon, uv'chayetecho beit Yisrael, ba'agala, ba'agala, u'mizman karif, v'imru amen, yeheshmei Bavara, Le'alama Maya, Yitbara, Vishtaba, Vipar Arvi, Roma, Vitnase, Vitadar, Vitale, Vitala, Shemedi Kudisha, Le'ela, Min Kobir Chata, Vishirata, Tushbechata, Tamim Rabbi Alma Vimru Amen.
Call to prayer 224.
Baruchu et Adonai haborach.
Baruch Adonai Mevorach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai haborach leolam vaed. Lai la lai 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 la lai 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 la lai 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 la lai 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 la lai 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 la lai lai lai. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, melech haolam, Yodor, uborech hoshech, oseh shalom, uborech hakol.
Praised are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who forms light and creates darkness, who ordains the harmony of all creation. Gentlemen, you can close now. Close the ark. And we can all be seated. Continuing in the Siddur, page 228.
El Adonai kol hamaasim baruch u'mvorach befi kol neshama galo betuvo male olam da'at utfuna sovevi moto hamika'e achayot ha'kodesh neda bechvod al hamerkava zechut u'mishol lifnei chis'o chesed verachamim lifnei chevodo tovim me'orot shebara Eloheinu Yitzaram b'da'a b'vina u'paskel koach u'gvura natan bahem lihiyon moshelim b'kadev tehevel mele'im ziv u'fikim noga na'ezivam b'chol ha'olam semachim b'tzeitam v'sasim b'voam v'hosim be'eimar tzon kona ve'er b'chavononim lishmo zala b'rina lezechem akuto parah l'Hashemesh v'yizra'ot ra'a behikim surat halvana shevach nonim lo kol tzeva marom tiferer u'gula serafim ve'ofanim chayot ha'kodesh.
We continue on page 238. We sing of the love of God and Israel through the gift of Torah, Ahava Rabbah, the great love. 238.
Ahava Rabbah Tanu Adonai Eloheinu Cham Lagidulav Vitera Chamalta Aleinu Avinu Malkeinu Ba'avur Avotenu Shebarchu Becha Avinu Malkeinu Lamdechu keichaim, kein techoneinu lamdeinu, avinu ha'arachaman, hamrachem aleinu. Reten belebeinu lehavin ulaskil lishmor, lilmor ulamed, lishmor velasor.
Spencer and Sophia, if you might stand at the Amud, at the Torah table. Scott and Stephanie, if you might bring to your children the talit that they each wear today in becoming a bar mitzvah, a bat mitzvah. And if you'll place on your children and wrap them in the talit, which symbolizes wrapping them in the tradition, in the history, in the ideals, the wisdom, the past, the future of our people Israel. First, Spencer, when Mom and Dad placed the talit on you, if you might recite the bracha, the blessing for wearing the Torah. Sophia, I see we're starting up.
Do you want to start with Spencer first?
Whoever, go on. The other way. That's it. Okay, Sophia, it's all yours.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lihit atef b'tzitzit.
Amen. Amen. The ceremony for taking the talit out of the bag.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'chit atef b'tzitzit.
Amen. והערננו בתורתך, ודבר ליבנו במצוותיך, ויחד לבבנו ליחווה וליראת שמך, ולא ניבוש לעולם ועד, ולא ניבוש לעולם ועד. כי בשם קודשך הגדול והנורא, הגדול והנורא בתחנו, נגילה ונשמחה בישועתך.
Gather now the four tzitzit of our talit, holding them together close to our hearts as we pray for the ongoing ingathering of our people. May our Bach Hanfota Aretz from the four corners of the world to the land, to the state of Israel. Vahavienu, page 240. Guys, come on over to the bima, because as soon as the cantor ends this prayer, we'll continue straight on with the Shema.
Vahavienu leshalom, nerva karnafot haaretz, v'tolichenu komemiyut leyarsenu.
ולשון
וקרבתנו לשמך הגדול סלע באמת להודות לך ולייחדך באהבה. ברוך אתה אדוני,
ברוך שמו,
ברוך מעמו ישראל באהבה.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'otecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'elech asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech usharpecha uvkumecha ushartam leot al yadecha v'hayu l'totafot bein einecha uvkavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha.
We continue Vayomer 246.
Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el bnei Yisrael ve'amarta alehem ve'asu lahem tzitzit. Akafe vigdeihem ledorotam v'natenu al tzitzit. Akana petel tachelet ve'haya lachem letzitzit. Uritem oto uschartem ekol mitzvot Adonai v'asitem otam ve'lo tatoru acharei levavchem v'acharei einechem asher atem zonim achareihem למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם,
Let's find ourselves in the middle of page 251. You can join with me responsively, beginning in the middle of the page. From Egypt you redeemed us, Adonai our God. From the house of bondage you delivered us.
You revealed your saving power at the sea, when the children of Israel passed through in safety.
Tyranny was defeated, enslavement was ended, the dawn of freedom had come at last.
Therefore they praised and extolled you. They offered you prayers of fervent thanksgiving.
They acclaimed you as the ever-living God, great and revered, exalted in majesty.
You humble the haughty and raise up the lowly. You free the captives and redeem the weak.
You help those in need and answer your people when they cry out to you. Top of page 252. Kamoch Elohim Adonai, Mi kamoch nedar b'kodesh,
Norati lot osefel, osefel. Norati lot osefel, osefel. Shir chadash, shivrechu geolim, nashimach sifat hayam. Yahakolam hodu veimlichu yamru Adonai imloch leolam va'ed. Tzor Yisrael, please rise. Kuma v'yasrat Yisrael, Oftechinu mecha Yehuda ve'Yisrael. Go
We begin the morning Amidah for this Shabbat Chol Hamoed Sukkot 255.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Hasdei Avod, Umevi Geula, Livnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'achava. Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechaye Metim Atah Ra Lehoshia Mo'im Chatal Mechakel Hayim Behesed Mechaye Meitim Berachamim Rabim Sof Menoflim Verofei Holim Umatir Asurim Umchayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot Umidom Elach Melech Meinit Umchayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman atah lechachayot meitim Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch Shemo
Mechayeh HaMeitim
Amen. Chaim Kedusha 256.
Nekadesh Hashimcha Ba'olam Keshem Shemakti Shimoto Mishmei Maharom Kakatov Al Yad Neviyecha V'karazeh Ve'amar
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevot, Melocho Haaretz Kivodo.
Az bekol rash kadol, adir vechazak, mashmin kol, min aseim le'om atzerafim, le'om atam, baruch yomeru.
Baruch Kivod Adonai Mimkomo.
ממקומך מלכנו תופיע, ותמלוך עלינו, כי מחכים אנחנו לך. מתי תמלוך בציון, בקרוב בימינו לעולם ועד תשכון. בקרוב בימינו לעולם ועד תשכון. תתקדש בתוך ירושלים עירך, לדור ודור ולנצח נצחים. ועינינו תראינה מהותך, כדבר אמור בשירי עוזך, על-ידי דוד משיח צדקך.
Adonai Le'olam, Elohai Tzion, Ledor Vador, Hallelujah. Ledor Vador, Ledor Vador, Ledor Vador, Nagid Golecha. Ledor Vador, Ledor Vador, Ledor Vador, Nagid Golecha. Unetzach netzachim, kedushatecha nakdish, kedushatecha nakdish. Veshichacha Eloheinu mipinu, lo yamush, leolam va'ed. Ledor vador, Ledor vador, Ledor vador, nagid golecha. Ledor vador, Ledor vador, Ledor vador, nagid golecha. Ki el melech gadol v'kadosh atah. Ki el melech gadol v'kadosh atah. Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch Shemo.
Ha'el HaKadosh.
Amen.
We can continue individually through the remainder of the Shacharit Amidah for the Shabbat Chol Hamoed Sukkot 258, 259. On 260, 261, we'll include the section mark for Chol HaMoed, continuing through until the conclusion, which we'll find towards the middle of page 266, 267. Yom Chag HaSukkot Hazeh. מודים אנחנו לך.
Ose shalom, bimroma, huya ase shalom, aleinu, ve'yakol, Yisrael, ve'imeru, amen. Ose shalom, bimroma, huya ase shalom, aleinu, ve'yakol, Ve'yakol Yisrael ve'imeru, amen.
Founder of Hasidism, the great Baal Shem Tov, once said that there are miracles abounding all around us, but people take their hands and cover their eyes, so to speak, and are blind to the many, many miracles that are theirs in life. I'd like to invite friends, Stacy Brilliant and Glenn Miller, to join us here for a reading entitled Believe in Miracles.
Love your life, believe in your power, your own potential, and your own innate goodness. Every morning, wake with the awe of just being alive. Every day, discover the magnificent, awesome beauty in the world. Explore and embrace life in yourself and in everyone you see each day. Reach within to find your own specialness, amaze yourself, and rouse those around you to the potential of each new day.
Do not be afraid to admit you are less than perfect. This is the essence of your humanity. Let those who love you help you. Trust enough to be able to take. Look with hope to the horizon of today, for today is all we truly have. Live this day well. Let a little sunshine out as well as in. Create your own rainbows. Be open to all your possibilities. Possibilities can be miracles. Always believe in miracles.
Thank you. Each day of this holiday of Sukkot, we have a special selection of psalms known as Hallel, which means praise. And so we're going to turn out to page 288 to the Psalms of Hallel. I'll invite us all to rise. 288, 289.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu likro et ha'halel.
Top of page 290.
B'tzeit Yisrael mitzrayim beit Yaakov me'am noes Hayta Yehuda lekodsho Israel mamshelotav hayam ra'avayanos yarden yisov le'achor eharim raknu ha'elim yevaot kivnei tzon malech ha'ayam itanus
Ayarden
tisov le'achor
Tisof liachor Eharim Tirkeduch Eili Kevaot Kivnei Tzon Milifnei Adon Holi Aretz Milifnei Eloha Yaakov Ahochi Atzor Legamayim Kalami Lemanyomayim. May Adonai, who is mindful of us, bless us. 294, we continue with verses of Psalm 115.
Adonai zecharanu yevarech, yevarech et beit Yisrael, yevarech et beit Aharon, yevarech yirei Adonai, haketanim min hagrolim, Yosef Adonai alechem, alechem v'yom b'nechem, meruchim atem Adonai, Oseh shamayim v'haaretz, shamayim Adonai, v'haaretz natan livnei Adam, lo hametim yehalleluya, v'lo kol yodei duma, v'anachnu nevarech Yah, me'ata v'yad olam, me'ata v'yad olam. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. We continue in the middle of page 298.
Hallelujah, Adonai, kol goyim, shabachu, kol ha'omim, ki gavar aleinu, chasto ve'emet, Adonai le'olam, hallelujah, hodol Adonai, ki le'olam chasto. Yomayna, Israel, ki le'olam chasto.
Continue on pages 302, 303. I give thanks for you have answered me. You have become my deliverance. Verses from Psalm 118.
Odecha ki anitani v'atihi lishua. Odecha ki anitani v'atihi lishua. Eve ma'asu habonim hayta l'rosh pina. Eve ma'asu habonim hayta l'rosh pina. Me'at Adonai hayta zot v'nifla b'yeinaynu. Me'at Adonai hayta zot v'nifla b'yeinaynu. Zeh hayom asa Adonai nagila v'nismecha bo. Zeh hayom asa Adonai nagila v'nismecha bo.
The last two lines, 302.
Hilach tov lehodod u'lishimchana elezamer ki me'olam v'ad olam ata'el baruch ata Adonai melech mehulam batishbachot.
Amen. We can all be seated. And we'll continue Kaddish Shalem 306.
V'yitkadal v'yitzkadash Shemei Rabbav.
Amen.
V'yamad yivrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayerechu Beit Yisrael b'agala v'zman kariv v'yimaru. Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbav mevarach ve'alam ulam me'yomaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitroma v'yitnaser v'yithadar v'yit'ala v'yit'ala Shemer Kodesha v'recho v'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushvachata v'nechemata da'amiran v'yamal v'yimaru. Amen. Titkabez lo tehon uva'otchon b'chol Yisrael kodam avochon v'yishmaya v'yimaru. Amen.
Amen.
יש לומר רבה מן שמיה לחיים עלינו ועל ישראל ויאמרו אמן.
Amen.
עושה שלום במרומה והוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו amen.
So in just a few moments, we're going to be taking out two Torahs from the Aron Kodesh. Normally on Shabbat morning, we take out one Torah for public reading. But today, because of the holiday, we have two Sifrei Torah. And that really is the central part of the service. And during that Torah service, Spencer and Sophia will be called to the Torah as a bar mitzvah, as a bat mitzvah. So both Spencer and Sophia have their own understanding of today's Torah reading. So Spencer, if I can invite you to share with us your Devar Torah.
To most non-Jews, when you ask them to name Jewish holidays, they usually say Hanukkah, Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah, and that's usually it. One holiday that they leave out the majority of the time is the holiday of Sukkot. Sukkot is a holiday where you build a sukkah and are supposed to sleep and eat meals in it for 7 days and nights. It is usually hard to sleep in it because it falls in late September or early October when the weather begins to get colder. Our B'nai Mitzvah lies on the 5th day of Sukkot, or in Israel, the 19th day of Tishri. The first 2 days of Sukkot and the last 2 days are full-fledged festival days, and the middle 5 days are the Chol Chamoed, which is what our service is. Every year we go to the sukkah for Hebrew school and shake the Lulav and a etrog with the rabbi. The lulav is broken into 4 species: the myrtle branch, the palm branch, the willow branch, and the etrog. The myrtle branch has leaves that are shaped like an eye. It has a good fragrance but inedible. It represents a person with kindness but no wisdom. The palm branch represents the spine, from where our actions come from. The palm is edible but has no smell. This represents a person with wisdom but without kindness. The willow branch represents the lips. It doesn't have taste or smell. It represents a person with neither kindness nor wisdom. The etrog represents the heart, the center of our emotions. The etrog has a good taste and a good fragrance. It represents a person with kindness and wisdom.
Okay. Sukkot. So with that, we'll turn now with both Sophie and Spencer to the service for taking out the Torah, 312.
En kamocha va'elohim Adonai ve'en k'ma'asecha
Malchutecha malchut kol olamim umemshaltecha bechol dor vador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai oz le'amo yiten. Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Av harachamim heitiva v'irtzoncha et Zion. Tivneh homot Yerushalayim. Tivneh homot Yerushalayim. Ki vecha levad batachnu melech el ram v'nisan Adon olam.
So rise.
Vayahi binsoa ha'aron vayomer Moshe Kuma Adonai ve'afutzu oivecha ve'anusu mesanecha mipanecha ki mitzion teitzeh Torah ki mitzion teitzeh Torah udivar Adonai mirushalayim Baruch shenatan Torah Torah Baruch shenatan Torah Torah le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato.
Spencer will share now his personal prayer.
Dear God, thank you for giving me this opportunity to share with so many people I hold near and dear to my heart. In the coming year, I would like to continue with my mitzvah project in caring for Jewish American soldiers who risk their lives to keep us safe. I will continue to donate holiday care packages and Purim cards so the soldiers can stay connected to Judaism while away from home. The kosher troops and their goals are very important to me because their mission is to help the troops meet both their physical and spiritual needs. In the year ahead, I hope to continue in Tichon. I would like to go to the Sukkot and shake the Lulav and Etrog. I also hope to go to at least one Friday night service a month with my parents and my mama and papa. I will most definitely continue to wear my mezuzah and put mezuzahs on my doorposts. I will light the candles on Hanukkah, fast on Yom Kippur, and keep kosher during Passover. I will make motzi before dinner and read two Jewish books that spark my interest. I will kiss the Torah with Italis on Simchat Torah and hold the Torah. In the future and after my first year of being a bar mitzvah in high school, I would like to go to Israel. I will get married under a chuppah and go to a college with a good hallel. I will get confirmed to be a madrachim. I will also like to continue to do mitzvahs in my community. These are only a small number of things I would like to tackle after being a bar mitzvah.
Amen. Torahs will now be taken out of the Aron Kodesh, out of the Ark, and we'll find ourselves on page 320.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shema.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shema.
Garu Adonai iti, Unramema Shema Yachdav.
Lecha Adonai HaGedula VeHaGevura VeHaTiferet VeHaNetzach VeHahod Ki Chol Bashamayim U'Baaretz Ki Chol Bashamayim U'Baaretz Lecha Adonai HaMamlacha VeHaMinaseh Lechorosh Ramemu Adonai Eloheinu V'nishachavu L'Hadom Raglav Hadoshu Ramemu Adonai Eloheinu V'nishachavu L'Had Kodsho Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu.
You can all be seated. Let me invite you to take the larger text at your seat, known as the Chumash. Chumash is based on the word 5. Based on the word 5, it contains the 5 books of Moses, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. As it turns out, we are in the weekly reading of the Torah at the very end. Throughout the year, we read every Shabbat morning about 5 chapters, And we go from the beginning until the very end. And what do we do when we reach the end? We start all over again. Because no matter how many times we have read Torah and learned from it, there is still something, not only something, many things that we can still learn. The rabbis say, hafoch v'hafoch d'chulei ba. You turn it over, and everything is contained therein. So we'll be celebrating this Tuesday night, the holiday known as Simchat Torah, the celebration of the Torah. We'll read actually the final blessings of the Torah. And next Shabbat morning, we'll begin reading from Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, Bereshit bara Elohim, when God began creating. So today, because it's a holiday, Chol Hamoed Sukkot, the tradition has chosen a special part of the Torah to read that will connect us to the holiday of Sukkot. So can I invite you to turn to page 543? So if you go to page 543, I hear pages turning, that's a good sign. 543. And if you look with me on verse 18, you shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, eating unleavened bread for 7 days, as I have commanded you. And as I'm sure you were listening well to Spencer's Devar Torah, Spencer mentioned that the holiday of Sukkot is one of the holidays mentioned in the Hebrew Bible. Here we have it on the Torah. So here we have the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is one of the three major biblical holidays. So let's see where we go from here. Verse 18. Let's move on a little bit. And we have on verse 22, you shall observe the Feast of Weeks. Some people call it Pentecost because it is 7 weeks after the holiday of Passover, of the first fruits of the wheat harvest, and the Feast of the Ingathering. And then we'll go a little bit farther. Three times a year, all your males shall appear before the sovereign Lord of God. I will drive out the nations from your path and enlarge your territory. And then finally we come to the holiday of Sukkot, which we celebrate today. So why don't we turn straight on to the reading of the Torah. And we'll find that we're going to go back a few pages. We're going to go back to 538. Our educational director, Barbara Glickman, is going to read the opening Aliyah. Scott and Stephanie have the honor of the first Aliyah, the second Aliyah. Harvey and Carol, grandparents of our B'nai Mitzvah and dear members of our synagogue family here at Ohev Shalom. You know, I'm a little bit disoriented this morning, Harvey and Carol. You know, I'm kind of like a little bit off balance, you know, maybe you can notice. Because I'm used to seeing you on the last row, or the row before the last over here, every Friday night, right? So, you know what? Eventually you get to sit on the first row. Eventually you get to come up front and sit. It's a whole different perspective of things, right? Isn't it? You know, when I was a Jew in the pew and I would go to shul on Shabbat, I like to sit in the back also. Yeah. Because in the back, you can see everything that's going on. You get the lay of the land. Sitting up front, you're looking at me over here, you know? It's, yeah. Okay, I'll tell you whatever's going on. Something good happens, I'll let you know. Okay. So Idel, our religious committee chair, is going to be reading the second Aliyah and the third Aliyah. And Harris, Big Bro, has the honor of the third Aliyah. Barbara, we're waiting on you. So without any further ado, we'll begin now the reading of the Torah. 538, verse 12. Ya'amdu horei habnei mitzvah Chaim Simcha ben Enoch Yisrael v'chaike Rachel Leah Malka Chana bat Rachel Rishon.
Baruchu Adonai Hamborah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher bar karbanu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai notein ha'torah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayomer Moshe El Adonai Re'eh Ata Omer Elai Ha'al et Ha'am Hazeh V'ata lo Hodatani Et Asher Tishlach Imi V'ata Amarta Yedaticha V'Shem V'gam Matzata Chen B'Einai V'ata imna matzati chen b'einecha hodieni na et derachecha ve'eda'acha lema'an emsachen b'einecha ur'ei ki amecha hagoy hazeh vayomar panay elachu v'hani hotilach.
Baruchu Adonai, Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher natan lanu Torah v'emet, v'chayei olam notam b'tokenu. Baruch Atah Adonai, notein Torah.
Amen.
Barbara, you read so beautifully, you're entitled to another Torah part now. Folks, we can return to our seats. What's that? You're staying up. Okay, good. Staying up. Harvey and Carol? Ya'amdu Enoch Yisrael ben Levi b'Shifra Chaike Rachel Leah bat Avram Enoch ufego sheni.
Baruchu es Adonai HaBaruch, Baruch Adonai
I got it.
HaBaruch, Baruch Atah Adonai HaBaruch V'olam V'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher b'char bonu mikol ha'amim, v'nosan lanu Torah v'emet, Baruch Atah Adonai notein ha'torah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayomer elav im en panecha holchim al ta'alenu mizeh uvama ivada'efo ki matzati chen b'necha ani v'yomcha Halo b'lechtecha imanu, v'niflinu ani v'yomcha, mikol ha'am, asher al pnei ha'adama. Vayomer Adonai Moshe, gam et hadavar hazeh, asher dibarta eseh, ki matzati chen b'einai, V'ida'acha b'shem.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher nasan lanu Torah v'emet, v'chayei olam notam b'tokenu. Baruch Atah Adonai notein ha'torah.
Amen. Adele, can you get the cover over there? You wouldn't mind. Going to offer now a Mishaberach prayer for healing and well-being for all those we love who are in need of healing of body, healing of mind, healing of spirit. Especially include in our prayers this morning our beloved Cantor Emeritus Paul, who is in the hospital right now, and pray for Cantor Paul's well-being. Mishaberach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sara Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yivarech v'Yirapeh et את כל החולים הקרובים לנו אנחנו מתפללים שהקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא רחמים עליהם להחלימם ולרפאותם וישלח להם במהרה רפואה שלמה מן השמיים רפואת הנפש רפואת הגוף לכל איבריהם וגידיהם בתוך שאר חולי ישראל Shabbat miliza okrefua krova lavo Hashta ba'agala ubizman kariv V'nomar Amen
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor habracha
May the source of strength
Oh, bless
the ones before us
Help us find the courage
to make our lives a blessing and let us say Amen.
Mishaberach
Imotenu
Mekor habracha Avotenu Bless
those in need of healing with refuah shlema,
the
the renewal of body,
the renewal
of spirit,
and let us say Amen.
Continue now with the third Aliyah, Harris. We wish you Mazal Tov today. Today is exactly today Harris's 10th anniversary of becoming a bar mitzvah. Actually, the 11th anniversary. 11th. I don't want to make you any younger than you are. It happened on September 25th, 2010. You can see my arithmetic is not so great. I said 10th anniversary, that's why I became a rabbi. Arithmetic wasn't my strong point. Okay. So, Idel? Yeah. We'll continue straight on.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach V'Olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'Natan Lanu Et Torato Baruch Atah Adonai
Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo.
Notein HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayomar Harini et kvodecha Harini na et kvodecha Vayomar Ani avir kol tuvai al panecha V'karata b'shem Adonai lefanecha V'chanoti et asher achon V'richamti et asher arachim Vayomer lo tuchal lirot et panai ki lo yirani hadam v'chai Vayomer Adonai hine makom iti v'nitzavta al hasor v'haya v'avor kavodi v'samticha b'nikrad hatzor וסחותי כפי עליך עד עברי, והסרתי את פניי, את כפי, וראית את אחורי, ופני לא יראו.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Mr. Koch, Heidel, thank you. While you're there. No. So we have a custom in Ohev Shalom that when our kids are in the Aleph class, that the family makes what is known as a wimple, a Torah covering, which the family did exactly just that, and to use it to cover the Torah on a bat mitzvah day and a bar mitzvah day. So Kent, if I can just ask you to put that over the Torah. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Harris, you did your aliyah so great. Come on back up for a, you know. So, Harris, coming up, and then we'll be with you in a second. We're going to lift the first Torah. Michael, can I invite you to come up for Hagba? And Jerry, can I invite you to come up for Galila? Ya'amdu hamagbiha v'hagolel. Let's all rise as the Torah is about to be lifted. V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai yad Moshe.
Ashlosha devarim, shlosha devarim, olam omer. Ashlosha devarim, ashlosha devarim, shlosha devarim, olam omer.
And now Harris is going to call his sister up to the Torah for Sophia's aliyah as a bat mitzvah. We can all be seated.
Chamoed, 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 Habakura, Habat Mitzvah, Eliza Gabriela, Bakay Simcha, Umokachana, Maftira Izki.
Harris.
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Uvayom harvi'i, parim asara, elim shanayim, kevasim f'nei shana, arba'a asar temimim, minchatan v'nizkehen laparim, la'elim v'lakevasim f'nei shana kamishpat, us'irizim echad hatat milvat ovat hatamid minchata v'nizka. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chaye olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'Torah.
So I have an opportunity now to offer Sophia a special blessing. In this case, since we have not one but two wonderful kiddos for their B'nai Mitzvah, I have a special blessing for each of them. So this is for you, Sophia. May you find expression for all your creativity and share your gifts with the world. May you use your strengths for good, and may you come to know your own power. May you remember that your actions matter, that what you do in life matters, so that you make a difference in the world for the better. May all your dreams come true, because you are the type of person to make them come true. May you always remember that the blessing is the journey. May your eyes shine with the light of Torah, and may your face be radiant with your inner light that you share with the world. Yivarech lecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Yair Adonai panav v'yichunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha, v'yasem lecha shalom. Mazel tov.
So the wimple that was made for Spencer becoming a bar mitzvah, I trust you can all see the symbols that are on it. You may not have known that these symbols go back to biblical days. And amazing. They're still around today. Still around today. Okay, Harrison.
Ya'amod, Ya'amod, Ya'amod habachur habar mitzvah, Shimshon Avram ben Chaim Simcha umalka Chana maftir hazak. Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai haborach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Uvayom ha'chamishi parim tish'a elim shanayim Kivasim b'nei shana arba'a asar tamimim umichatam v'nizkechem laparim la'elim v'la'kevasim v'misparam kamishpat us'ir chatat echad milvad olat tatamid umin chatam v'nizkar. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Now I have a chance to honor, I have the honor of giving Spencer a blessing as well. May you live to see your world fulfilled. May you be our link to future worlds. And may your hope encompass all the generations to be. May your heart conceive with understanding. May your mouth speak wisdom. And your tongue be stirred with sounds of joy. May your gaze be straight and sure. Your eyes be lit with Torah's lamp, your face aglow with heaven's radiance, your lips alive with the words of wisdom, and your inner self alive with righteousness. And may you always rush in eagerness to hear the words of one, more ancient than all time. And let us say, Amen. Mazel tov.
Shep, if I can invite you up for Chava, Gail, can I invite you up for the Lulav? Ya'amod hagole hamagbiha ta'amod hagolele. Let's all rise again. Bizot HaTorah.
Biad Moshe, Torah, 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 Ziva lanu Moshe, Torah, 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 Ziva lanu Moshe, Torah, Torah,
Torah, Torah.
Torah, Ziva lanu Moshe, Torah, 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 Ziva lanu Moshe. Shkoch, Gail. Shep Yashkoch. So we can all now be seated. I'd like to invite Kylie, Harris's girlfriend, to offer a reading entitled A Family Is.
A family is a deeply rooted tree with branches of different strengths, all receiving nourishment from an infinite source. A family is where character is formed, values are learned, ethics are created, and society is preserved. A family is where all members contribute and share, cooperate and work, and accept their responsibilities towards the good of the group. A family is where holidays are celebrated with feastings, birthdays acknowledged with gifts, and thoughts of days gone by live with fond remembrance. A family is where each can find solace and comfort in grief, pleasure and laughter in joy, and kindness and encouragement in daily living. A family is a haven of rest, a sanctuary of peace, and most of all, a harbor of love.
Beautiful, Kylie. Thank you. So as we approach the service for returning the Sifrei Torah to the Aron Kodesh, let's turn to page 336. Hold that page. We'll be using it in just a second. We're going to turn first to the Haftarah. And go to the back part of the Chumash. And you'll find there the Haftarah for Sukkot, the intermediate Shabbat, which is exactly where we are today, and the Haftarah after the opening blessing is on the book of Ezekiel, Yechezkel, chapter 38. Okay, guys, it's all yours.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratza v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'Torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'vinvieh ha'emet v'tzedek v'chaya bayom hahu biyom bogo al admat Yisrael ne'um Adonai Elohim ta'alech hamatim be'api ufkinati ve'esh evrati dibarti imlo bayom hahu yeh rash gadol al admat Yisrael ve'ra'ashu mipanai degei hayam ve'of hashamayim ve'chayat hasadeh ve'chol haremes haromes al ha'adama ve'chol ha'adam asher al panei ha'adama ve'nehersu heharim v'naflu hamadregot v'chol chomat la'aretz tipol v'karati alav l'chol charai cheret ne'um Adonai Elohim cherev ish v'achiv tiyeh v'nishpati ito b'dever uvdam v'geshem shotef v'afne el gavish ish v'gofrit amtir alav ve'al agapav ve'al amim rabim asher ito v'hit gadilti v'hit kadishti v'nodati le'ene goyim rabim v'yad'u ki ani Adonai ve'ata v'en adam hina ve'al gog ve'amarta ko amar Adonai Elohim hineni elecha gog nesi rosh meshech v'tuval v'shovaticha v'shisheticha v'ha'aliticha miyarketei zafon v'chavioticha al harei Yisrael והכיתי קשתך מיד שמאלך, וכי צחק מיד ימך אפיל. אחרי ישראל תיפול אתה וכל אגפיו ועמים אשר איתך לעת ציפור כל כנף, וחיית השדה נתתיך לאוכלה. על פניך השדה תיפול, כי אני דיברתי נאום אדוני אלוהים.
ושילחתי אש במגוב וביושבי חיים לבטח, וידעו כי אני אדוני, ואת שם קודשי אודיע בתוך עמי ישראל, ולא אכל את שם קודשי עוד, וידעו הגויים כי אני אדוני קדוש בישראל. הנה באה ונהייתה נאום אדוני אלוהים, הוא היום אשר דיברתי. ויצאו יושבי ערי ישראל וביארו והסיקו בנשק ומגן וצינה בקשת וחיטים ובמקל יד וברומח, וביארו בהם אש 7 שנים, ולא יישאו עצים מן השדה, ולא יכתבו מן הערים, כיוון שיעברו אש ושוללו את שולליהם, ובזזו את בוזזיהם. נאום אדוני אלוהים. והיה ביום ההוא אתן לגוי מקום שם קבר בישראל, גיא העוברים קדמת הים, והושים את העורים וקברו שם את גוג וכל המונו, וקראו גיא המון גוג, ובקרו בית ישראל למען טהר את הארץ 7 חודשים, וקראו כל עם הארץ, והיה להם לשם יום הקבדי נאום אדוני אלוהים. ואנשי תמיד יבדילו עוברים בארץ, מקברים את העורים, על פני הארץ לטהרה, מקצה 7 חודשים יחקרו, ויראו העורים בארץ, וראה עצם אדם, ובנה אצלו ציון, עד קברו אותו המקברים אל גיא המון גוג, וגם שם עיר המונה, וטיהרו הארץ. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, צור כל העולמים, צדיק Beho Hadarot, Ha'el Hane'eman, Ha'omer Ve'oseh, Hamdaber Kayem, Shel Devarav, Emet Vatzedek. Ne'eman, Atahu Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'ne'emanim Devarecha, V'davar Echad Mivarecha, Ahur Lo Yashuv Rekam, Ki El Melech Ne'eman, V'rachaman Ata, Baruch Ata Adonai, Ha'el Hane'eman, Bechol Devarav.
Amen.
Rachem, Al Tzion ki hi Beit Chayenu, Vela Aluvat Nefesh Toshia, Bimheira V'yameinu, Baruch Ata Adonai, Mesameach Tzion B'vanecha. Samcheinu Adonai Eloheinu Be'eliyahu Hanavi Avdecha Uvmalchut Beit David Meshichecha B'mheira Yavo Ve'yageli Libeinu Al Kisolo Yeshev Zar V'lo Yinchalu Od Acherim Et Kevodo Ki V'shan Kodshecha Nishbatalo Shelo Yichbei Neiro Le'olam Va'ed Baruch Ata Adonai Magen David. Al HaTorah Ve'al HaAvodah Ve'al HaNevi'im Ve'al Yom HaShabbat Hazeh Shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu Lidusha v'linucha Lechavod u'tifaret Al hakol Adonai Eloheinu Anachnu modim lach Umvarchim otach Yitbarach shimcha B'fi chol chai tamid Le'olam va'ed Baruch Ata Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's how you do a haftarah. That's how you do it. Okay, guys, no rest for the weary. Back up. 336.
Ashrei yoshvei veitecha, od yehalalu chasela.
Ashrei ha'am shekachalo, Ashrei ha'am sh'Adonai Elohim.
Tehillah leDavid, Aromim ha'Elohai ha'melech, Va'arvarcha shimcha le'olam va'ed.
B'chol yom avarchecha, v'ahalach shimcha le'olam va'ed.
Gadol Adonai kulameo, v'ligdulato ein cheker.
Dor ledor yeshavach ma'asecha, v'gvurotech yagidu.
Hadar kevod chodecha, v'divrei nifleotecha asicha.
Ve'ezuz norotecha
yomeru, v'gvuratecha asaprana.
Zechera tuvechaya bi'u, v'tzikatecha yeranenu.
Anun berachum Adonai, erech apayim ugdal chesed.
Tov Adonai lakol, v'rachama al kol ma'asav.
You guys repeat that last line.
Tov Adonai lakol, v'rachama al kol ma'asav.
Yotucha Adonai kol ma'asecha, v'chasitecha yivachucha.
Kevod malchutecha yomeru, ufuratecha yedaberu.
Lehodia lifnei ha'adam gevurotav, v'kod ha'tar malchuto.
Malchutecha malchut kol olamim, umemshaltecha bechol dor vador.
Somech Adonai lechol hanochalim, v'zokech lechol ha'kefufim.
Einecho elecha yasaberu, ve'ata noten lahem et ochlam be'ito.
Poteach et yadecha, umaspil lecho chai ratzon.
Tzadik Adonai bechol deracha, ve'chasi bechol ma'asav.
Karov Adonai lechol korach, lechol asher yikra'u be'emet.
Ritzon yira'av yes Abba, ve'et shavatam yishma v'yoshiem.
Shomer Adonai et kol ohavav, v'et kol hashayim yoshvim.
Tehilat Adonai yedaber pi, vivarech kol basar, shimkot le'olam va'ed. Nu nivarech yah, me'etav ve'yad olam, hallelujah.
Let's turn to the following page, 340. Will arise for the service for returning the Sifrei Torah to the Aron Kodesh.
Yehalelu et Shem Adonai, ki nizgav Shemo levado. Hodo al eretz v'shamayim, ve'yarem kerem liyamo. Tehila lecho hatzidav, livnei Yisrael am kirovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Dear God, thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this day with my family and friends. In this coming year, I would like to continue my Chesed project. I will send holiday care packages to the Jewish troops that include items that will help them celebrate the Jewish holidays and Shabbat. This helps them feel connected to the Jewish community while they are away serving our country. This project is important to me because it helps the Jewish soldiers feel at home with the special holiday foods and the personal messages of support. In the upcoming year, I hope to light the Shabbat candles, shake the Lulav and etrog, and go to high holiday services. I will continue to go to Tichon, go to at least one Shabbat service a month, and light the Hanukkah candles with my family. I will continue to keep kosher on Passover, fast on Yom Kippur, and make motzi before dinner. Lastly, I would like to make hamantashen, go to Simchat Torah services, and help prepare a traditional Shabbat dinner and hold the Torah. In the future, I plan to go on a trip to Israel during high school, raise my kids Jewish, and become a madrachim. Lastly, I want to become confirmed and get married under the chuppah, and continue to do mitzvahs throughout the community. These are just a few things I would like to accomplish in my Jewish heritage.
They came into our lives much as the stars appear, to light the darkened skies when dusk begins the night. As God created the sky, the sun, the moon, and all the wonders that surround us, so God has created the wonder of them. To fill our days with love and hope, with beauty and fulfillment, that we may know the meaning of life.
Oh God, as we come before you on this most joyous of Shabbats, we pray and we thank you for this blessing of life you have bestowed upon us. We are grateful for our children and the joy they have brought to us. Bless our children, O God. Watch over them, protect them, guide them. Help them to continue to grow in body and mind, soul and character. Bless them with the gifts of love and loyalty. May their lives be rich and rewarding. May all their deeds bring pride to us, honor to the house of Israel, and glory to your name.
Eitz Chaim ki lama chaziki ba v'tonechecha me'ushar derachecha darkei noam ve'ol netivotecha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Kadesh Kadesh Yamenu Kadesh Yamenu Kekedem.
You can all be seated. Once again, I'm going to ask you to pay very close and careful attention as Sophia now shares her Devar Torah.
Each of these four species represents unity to us. The myrtle branch, representing the eye, helps us see the good in people. Seeing the good in people is important in helping us unite. The palm branch, representing the spine, teaches us to stand up straight and show pride in what we do and who we are. For us, we are proud to be American Jews. The willow branch that represents the lips or the mouth teaches us how to speak to people. We can use language that is clean or dirty, and as a result can make people feel big or small. The etrog represents the heart. We always want to have a kind heart that is gentle, compassionate, and accepting. Putting these four species together, the myrtle branch, the palm branch, the willow branch, and the etrog, which are symbols of the heart, the eye, the spine, and the lips, together creates unity. To have happiness and unity, our feelings, our actions, our speech, and our vision must all work. For our Chesed project, we are working with an organization called Kosher Troops. Kosher Troops is an organization that sends kosher food and holiday gift baskets to the Jewish American soldiers and servicemen and women abroad. These Jewish American soldiers have all those qualities that we described above while describing the Lulav and Etrog. They serve our country as proud Americans and continue to celebrate their Jewish faith even when they are abroad. As Jewish adults, we want to possess the qualities taught by what we have learned about the Lulav. Our promise is to always have a good heart, use good words, see the best in people, and stand tall and be proud of our Jewish American heritage.
Sophia, can you just clean out a little bit of that area so your brother can sit down next to you? Yeah, put him. That's it. That's it. You good, guys? Comfortable?
Yes.
Okay. You know, you've been sitting on opposite sides throughout the service, and the truth of the matter is you are each a very distinct, wonderful, exceptional individual. You have your own souls, you have your own character, you have your own goals for the future. And at the same time, I wanted you to have a moment to sit together because you are a brother and a sister that we don't often see. You know, they talk about sibling rivalry, but you two have such a wonderful bond, such a caring for each other. And I know you've been, while you've each been learning your own part, you've been a tremendous support to each other over these past months. So, you know, you each look beautiful individually, but together, look at you. Sophia and Spencer. Spencer and Sophia. Yeah. You know, today's a day of special joy for the cantor and myself. For the past number of months, Cantor would give me an update on how you guys were doing. And I don't think there are enough superlatives in the language to describe, you know, every time the cantor would tell me how the two of you were doing, really. And, you know, if anybody wants to know what's the secret of your success, you've been studying hard, working hard. For many months, you came to the Friday night service online every Friday night, doing your hand dance with Mom that you did last night so perfectly. So, you know, you got to be there. Showing up is part of it. You know, somebody once said showing up is 9/10 of the gain, and then working hard. And guys, you have worked really, God bless you both. You worked really hard. It's also a special day of joy for me. Yeah. I was also bar mitzvah on Chol Chamoed Sukkot. It wasn't on a Shabbat morning. I was bar mitzvah on a Sunday, but it was during the holiday of Sukkot. So when you read your Torah parts this morning, I said to myself, I know those Torah parts. I know those Torah parts. You know, I read Hebrew. Did you know that? Yeah. The reason why I say that is that, unfortunately, there are too many who became bar and bat mitzvah, and at a certain point, they can't read Hebrew anymore. You know, they forgot. You know, things that you don't use, you'll forget. How many of you here can do a complicated algebraic equation right now? Okay. So, you know what, I want to get your phone number. because every once in a while somebody asks me, Rabbi, I have a very complicated algebraic equation here, and I need some help on it. I wouldn't know where to start. I was always amazed that my wife, when the kids were in high school, she remembered everything about high school math. Very few people do, right? I don't. Very few people do. If you don't use it, are you an engineer or a...
I tutor calculus.
You tutor calculus. You tutor calculus? I hear that word, it starts making me shake. Wow, good for you. God bless you. That's great. Great. So today is a tremendously important day, a beautiful day, special day. I hope you'll always look back on it as one of the most important days in your life. But guys, about being bar and bat mitzvah, it's ultimately not about today. It's about tomorrow. It's about next week. It's about next month. It's about next year. It's about, 5 years from now, 6 years from now when you're in college. And Spencer, you said in particular you want to be part of a Hillel. Will you find a Jewish community there? And then wherever you live, will you find a Jewish community? Will you, let's say 5 years from now, Cantor calls you and says, we have a opening to do the Haftorah that day. Guys, we expect you to be able to come right back up. Right back up. So you get the point of what I'm trying to say, And I've said it to many kids over the years and to many families over the years that we can tell a great bar and bat mitzvah 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Let's see the kind of Jewish lives, and not only Jewish lives, but what kind of people you become in general. Because we not only live within the confines of the Jewish community, we live in the larger world. And we hope that what we learn from our Jewish roots really prepares us to be part of society in general. So you are both what is called a ben bayit and a bat bayit. You are a son of this house, Spencer. You are a daughter of this house, Sophia. When I say that today's a great day of joy for me, it's because, Spencer, I was at your Brit Milah ceremony. I remember it. You don't have to remember it.
I remember it.
That's, for those who don't get the Hebrew, it's his circumcision, right? Right. No need to remember it. But that's when I gave you your Hebrew name. And Sophia, when you were just a little girl, not an infant, Mom and Dad brought you to this bima, and I announced your Hebrew name. And then I got to see you all through preschool, right? Since you're like 2 years old, you've been coming here. And then through Hebrew school, and now you're in Tichon, You're in our, kind of like our Hebrew high school, our Tichon. So you are Ben Bayits, B'nai Bayit. You are children of this place. And I hope wherever you find yourself, that the synagogue that is near you, you will be there so much that you'll be able to say, I am a Ben Bayit, I am a Bat Bayit. Sophia, I know that one of the things you love to do most is dancing. Am I right?
Yes.
If you had a choice on any given day of doing anything in the world, I bet dancing would rank right up there. And I know you do jazz, and hip-hop, and lyrical, and one more type of dancing that none of your friends know how to do, that go to Elite Academy with you. Hand dancing. Here you are, the trio, hand dancing trio. What does a dancer think about when they're dancing, Sophia? What are they thinking about? Are they thinking about making sure I'm doing the right steps and making sure I'm doing all the right moves? And I have no idea because I'm not a dancer. But you know what? I hope that sometimes, every once in a while, you have this thought that you say, when you know you're doing great, which is all the time, you say, God, thank you. Thank you for giving me this gift, that I can move the way I can, that I can remember the way I do, that I have the skills and I have the ability. God, thank you for giving me these gifts. It seems to me that dancing can be in itself a very spiritual and religious experience, because you're using these gifts that not everybody has. You have them. They are a gift from God. And there is a biblical connection to this. Miriam, the sister of Moses and Aaron, she and all the women danced together and sang together after the Israelites crossed the Sea of Reeds. And one of our greatest kings of Israel, some people say he was the greatest, King David, the composer of so many psalms, he would do a solo by himself. He would dance before God. And we repeat it all the time because somehow for someone to use their whole body in praising God, there's something really very, very beautiful about it. Remember last Sunday morning we talked about what are your qualities with which you're going to make a contribution to the Jewish community and to the larger community? I think that in addition to everything we said, this was said, but I think you put it all together. My sense is, Sophia, you're not only going to be a member of making a contribution, but you're going to be a leader of making a contribution. And I think anyone here who knows you well will say, yeah, he's got it right. He's got it right. This young lady is a presence when she's in a place, and she's not just going to be one of, you're going to be a leader of. A leader of. A leader of. Spencer, you remember what the last thing I said to you, our final conversation after our meeting was over last Sunday morning? Everybody else was walking out, but you and I happened to be walking in the same direction. Remember what we talked about those last couple of minutes? Yeah. You should forget. You don't need to remember. Yeah. So, but since you said yeah, what was it?
The Eagles game.
The Eagles game last Sunday. We talked about it.
Yeah.
Sure win. But you know what? You're a very special fan. You're a very special fan. You have attended just about, maybe every, not just about, every, is this correct, Scott? Every Eagles home game and many games that are on the road, right? It's, yeah. And you are a great Sixers fan.
Yes.
You know what commitment to means. If I say to you, I hope that you'll always have a commitment to being a good person, a good citizen, a good Jew. You know what commitment is. To go to every game. When it's freezing outside, you guys go?
Yes.
Yeah? Stephanie, do they dress warm? You make sure they dress warm? Give them hot chocolate to drink? Yeah. I don't know how you guys do it. And not only the Sixers and the Eagles, but you go to Villanova games.
Yes.
And were you at the game of those two championships?
I was not, no, but I stayed up late watching them.
But you were at many of the games
Yes.
on their way to the championship.
Yes.
Harris, you're the manager?
I was, yeah.
Yeah, when you were in school.
Yeah.
You were the manager of the team. Wow. So you were part of all that excitement. Yeah, both of them. Did you climb a pole and... No, good for you. Good for you. Right. When you're the manager, you don't need to climb poles, right? Yeah. So, you know what, Spencer? You're a great fan. I'm a fan too. I'm a fan of yours, Spencer. I'm a Spencer Edelman fan. All the kids write for me an autobiography. I don't usually quote it on the Bima because it's something that, it's written, it's like between us. But I'd like to just quote something in your autobiography. Is that okay?
Yes.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
I want to frame your autobiography and hang it on the wall because it says here, I love Judaism very, very much. Wow. Canner, did you hear that?
Oh, I heard it. I love it.
Menahelet Barbara, did you hear it? Huh? You know, to have a young person at 13 be able to say, I love Judaism very, very much. I've been at Ohev Shalom since I was 18 months old. Yeah? I went to preschool, kindergarten, Hebrew school, Tichon, and plan to continue Tichon in the future. 10 confirmation in the future. And then it says, after every day at preschool, did you ever take a video of this, Stephanie? After every day of preschool, Sophia and I would come home and pretend to be the rabbi and cantor Paul with a toy guitar we had. You know, I know kids want to be a fireman, or a doctor, they play doctor and yeah. But wow, hey, Spencer, you the man. And Sophia, you too. Rabbi and cantor Paul with a toy guitar we had. Yeah, it's really cool being a rabbi and a cantor. It's cool. It's really cool. And you know something else about you, Spencer, that I like? You're a hugger, right? You got feelings. You hug you hug. You show your feelings, right? I like to hug too, right? But you know what? We can't hug these days, right? You see somebody and you'd like to go over and give them a big hug, and you kind of like, you kind of go like this, right? You kind of go like this. So what can we do? We can only hope that Harvey and Carol, we were talking about this last night, right? Like when is it going to become normal again? So that your grandson can hug people again. Be who we are, not hold back, right? Yeah, you give like a hug like this, right? That Mama is doing. So let's just hope that, that we move forward together, learn something from the two of you, we come together, and we move forward together so that we can start hugging once again. Sophia, I'd like to begin with you, as I did in talking to you first. There are gifts that we'd like to give you. This contains the 5 Books of Moses, the New Jewish Publication Society translation. They're gifts from our men's club and our sisterhood. It contains a Kiddush cup that I hope you'll use regularly, and it contains Shabbat candles, and it contains Cantor Annalise's challah recipe, right? I think you just said that you hope to bake challah and get ready, prepare for Shabbat. So, if you want to ask the question, well, does the cantor use this? I can tell you firsthand the cantor uses it every week in making challah. Yeah. No, there's no question about it. So Cantor and I meet every Friday at 11 o'clock. And we met yesterday. We've been meeting by Zoom, only by Zoom lately. And is the right word to use, Cantor, that you were kneading the bread when we started the meeting yesterday?
I was just putting all the ingredients together for it to rise. So almost. That's the second step.
That's the second step?
The kneading is the
second. The kneading is next. Okay. So you know what? If you need any help in making this recipe, Cantor does it. No, really. Cantor does it every Friday. Every Friday, right?
Yeah.
So these two, make sure you take them before the services, before you leave today. So, and then, certificate of Bat Mitzvah presented by Ohev Shalom to Sophia Edelman, Aliza Gavriela. Aliza means joy. What a great Hebrew name. Who announced your Hebrew name first? It's such a beautiful name. Aliza Gavriela. Boy, what joy you bring us today. Bat Chaim Simcha, Umalka Chana. And as I read your parents' names, I think they deserve some credit for the kind of kids that you are, you know? I think it's in your soul to be the kind of person that you are, but I think mom and dad deserve some credit. They've been great role models for the two of you in so many different ways. You know, they were already members of Ohev Shalom when you guys were born. They didn't have to be members then, but already we're connected to Ohev Shalom. Dad served on our board of directors for some time and have remained role models in so many different ways. Who was duly inducted as a bat mitzvah the 19th day of Tishrei, 5782, the 25th day of September, 2021, on Shabbat Sukkot. Yehi chelka b'torat Adonai. May your portion be amongst those who live in labor in the Torah of our God. Cantor, I don't think that we have had certificates that we have both signed on the day of a bar bat mitzvah in about a year and a half. We got them for you guys.
That's true.
Yeah, we got them. Everything's been so crazy. We're not in the synagogue. We weren't around to sign them. No, we signed these. Certificate of bar mitzvah presented by Ohev Shalom to Spencer Edelman, Shimshon Avram Ben Chaim Simcha Umalka Chana, was duly inducted as a bar mitzvah the 19th day of Tishrei, 5782, the 25th day of September, 2021. What's it say here? On Harris's 11th anniversary of becoming a bar mitzvah. That makes it even more special. Shabbat Sukkot yehi chelko b'torat Adonai. May your portion, Spencer, be amongst those who live in labor in the Torah of our God. So, Menahelet Barber, you heard what these two kids said? They want to become madrichim. Spencer wants to be a madrich, a counselor, a teacher's assistant in school, and Sophia a madricha, right? I can just see them in class connecting with the kids and the kids loving them. Wow, you know, we have a great Hebrew school, but it's going to get better with you two guys in the classrooms. It's going to just get better and better. Yeah. Okay, so you know what? Before we leave, you'll make sure that you get these, and they're yours. Okay? So let me just go back to, you know, we have friends here from Tennessee. Who's from Tennessee? Boy, that's friendship coming in from Tennessee. And from California? Wow. That's friendship. So Marcus and Yolanda and Jonathan and Leanne, can I invite you to come up to offer a reading entitled A Rainbow of Friends. A Rainbow of Friends.
A rainbow of friends is the vision we see when we think about peace and world harmony. Some friends are funny, some friends are stars, some friends wear clothing that is different from ours. But all friends are special and add in some way to the richness of life how we think what we say.
A rainbow of friends is a dream we can share where everyone's treated with kindness and care. A friend may be challenged in movement or speech. A friend may be distant or quite hard to reach. Still, each friend is given a share of our hearts, so no one feels different, unloved, or apart.
A rainbow of friends is a chance for us all to help one another when we stumble or fall. We all have our interests, we all have our views, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses too. And though we may wander a bit wide and far, our friends will accept us the way that we are.
A rainbow of friends is a bonding together, the ease of our journey through all kinds of weather. Our goal can be reached with the greatest success by trusting others for doing their best. So reach with love to people you meet and offer a smile to those you greet.
The world is a family whose welfare depends on a circle of caring, on a rainbow of friends.
Beautiful, beautiful. Spencer, Sophia, can I ask you to, excuse me, just get my mask. Can I ask you to stand on the other side of the Amud, the Torah table? Go back close to where the wood is, but not too close, and face the Aron Kodesh. Can I invite Mom and Dad and Bro and Mom and Pop to come and stand still on the floor here, but right behind your children and brother and grandchildren. We offer a blessing of thanksgiving to God for making it possible for us to be here this day and to celebrate such a glorious moment in the lives of these two very special young people. Let's recite Shechianu together. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Shehecheyanu V'kimanu V'higianu Lazman Hazeh. We praise you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, for keeping us in life and sustaining us to this most special day. As we're about to invoke God's blessings on our B'nai Mitzvah, we'll all rise. Spencer, Sophia, may the Lord bless you and guard you. May the Lord make his countenance to shine upon you and to be gracious always unto you. May God continue to watch over both of you, each of you, and bless you with health and strength and love for yourselves, for your family, for your people Israel, for all peoples in all humanity. May God bless you with a blessing of shalom, of fullness, joy, happiness, and peace. You can all be seated. We're going to turn to the concluding part of our service. I'd like to invite cousins Rini and Frank to join us on the bima. Ein Keloheno, Spencer, this is you. 400.
Ein Kelohenu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kamalkenu, Ein Kamoshienu, Mi Elohenu, Mi Chadonenu, Mi Kamalkenu, Mi Kamoshienu, No Del Elohenu, No Del Adonenu, No Del Malkenu, No Del Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu, Atahu Sheitiru, Avotenu, Lefanecha, Et Ketoret Hasamim.
Aleinu 402.
לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונה, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהונות השמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומשה יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבהר מרומי, הוא אלוהינו אמת מלכנו וחזולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום, והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר ויהיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We note with sadness the recent passing of Bennett Silver, father of Scott Silver. May his memory be cherished for a loving blessing. Today, on this 19th day of Tishrei, we observe the Yortzites and lovingly recall the memories of Harriet Belsky, mother of Gail Rosenfeld, Tilly Diamond, grandmother of Nina Surden, Gloria Kaiser, mother of Barbara Kaplan, Sarah Barson Perot, mother of Stuart Perone, Joel Pivar, brother of Jeffrey Pivar, and Albert Rudolph, father of Martin Rudolph. And the Yortzites observed during the course of this past week Francis Rubenstein, Ida Lewick, Brooke Lerner, Arnold Bernstein, Hesh Wolof, Faye Geltzer, Morton Mandel, Jack Leventhal, Dorothy G. Kappenstein, Eric Jason Hammer, Mary Saunders, Edward Reutman, Lena Nones, Ethel Knopp, Erwin Kleiman, Eric Hammer, Morris Fine, Dorit Ofer Shapiro, Evelyn Schwartz, Marlene Korn, Jacob Klein, Oscar Spiegler, William Paris, Carol Cates, and Howard Globerman. And those whom we've lost during the course of this past year: Esther Nita Cohen, Harold Kurtz, Lou Chaifetz, Rhonda Silverman, Ed Rosen, David Aronson, Mara Lipschitz, Mildred Klein, Jeffrey Berlin, Hollis Cohen, Donald Golden, Michelle Fields, Joel David Kaplan, Sandy Goldstein, Charles Chuck Steinberg, Lily Zimmett, Robin Solis, Beryl Gottesman, Stephen Springer, Mordechai Glickman, Larry David Wiener, Evelyn Wiener, and Hannah Steinman. May each of their memories continue to be cherished for a loving blessing. If all those who are reciting Kaddish might rise, we'll find Kaddish Yatom on page 410. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah. Biolma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'b'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kari v'imru Amen.
Amen.
Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach leolam le'almei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei V'yit hadar, v'yit ole, v'yit halal, shmei v'kucha, b'recho. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechamata, da'amiran bi'olma v'imru, Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shmaya v'chayim, aleinu v'yakol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael ve'imru. Amen.
Amen.
So, on behalf of our synagogue family, we extend our warmest Mazal Tov, Scott and Stephanie, to you on this great day of celebration. Harris, to you, Mamam and Papa, and aunts and uncles and cousins. You know what, Kylie, you're sitting on the first row. I got to wish you congratulations also, right? You know, you're right here. So you're part of the family. You're part of the team. Congratulations. To everybody, from wherever you come from, Tennessee, California, Northeast Philadelphia, right? You know, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, long trip here. So wherever you're from, congratulations. Great to be together on this day. Great to be together. Guys, I think we're ready to wrap. You're on together for Adon Olam. 4:12.
Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nira Li'et Nasa V'Hesukol Azan Melech Shemon Yikra Azan Melech Shemon Yikra V'aharei Higlot HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora V'hu Haya V'hu Hove V'hu Yiyeh B'tif Ara V'hu Yiyeh B'tif Ara V'hu Echad V'ein Sheni L'ham Shilo L'ach Bira B'li Reshit B'li Tachlit V'lo Ha'oz V'ha'misra V'lo Ha'oz V'ha'misra V'hu Eli V'chai Goali V'tzor Hevli V'yetzara V'hu Nisi Umanosli Menach Kosi B'yom Ekra Menach Kosi B'yom Ekra V'yado Akid Ruchi V'yet Ishan V'a'ira V'imruchi V'yati Adonai Li V'lo Ira Adonai Li V'lo
Ira. Guys, each of you take your Kiddush cup.
V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat Ledortam berit olam Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael Ot hi le'olam Ot hi le'olam Ot hi le'olam V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat Ledortam berit olam Ki sheshet yamin asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. על כן ברך אדוני את יום השבת ויקדשהו. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom u'mevorah, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom u'mevorah.
Shabbat shalom,
Shabbat
Chag
shalom.
Sameach.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm assuming this one's mine.
Yes. Signed, sealed, they now delivered.
So you guys can
Oh, yeah.